What's up everybody, welcome to Data Analysis Python Project 2 series. I'm very happy to see you again in here. So today we are going to discuss police dataset, and in here I wrote some project outlines which will help us to how to analyze our data. So let's take a look at our project outlines. We have descriptive analysis, time-based analysis, gender and race analysis, violation analysis, search and arrest analysis, duration analysis. So before that, when we see the data, you will understand what I mean gender and race, because we have columns which talk about gender and race and so on. So in here I did something because of for sake of shortness, short video, I wrote this code in here to don't lose time with that. So that reason I will run each code block, then I will try to explain it. So let's shift enter our first line of code. In here we import pandas, matplotlib and seaborn because we'll use it. In the second one we are going to read our CSV data. We are going to use police dataset. It's a CSV format and we use read CSV method for that reason. Now let's take a look at our data. In here we have stop date, stop time, at what hour of the day this happened, contour name, driver gender, driver age, I think it's birthday, driver age, driver gender, driver race, violation row, violation, search conducted, search type, stop outcome, is arrested, stop duration, and drugs related stop. So it's questionnaire, it's related to drug related or other. So let's see the shape of our data. In here we have 65,535 rows and 15 columns. And let's see the null numbers, how much null numbers we have for in each our columns. As you see guys, in here contour name, it's almost contour name and search type null value, so it's more than 90%, so we can drop these columns because we will not have a serious information about that. So let's also take a look our data type, stop date, stop time, contour name, driver gender. As you see guys, in here stop date is object, but it will be very nice, it will we can convert it to date frame, date format, or in here search type is object, but it's actually it's correct boolean. Search conducted, it's true false boolean. So we can take a look the inside of our data, then we can convert this data format. So now what we are going to do, we are going to drop some columns because we don't have enough data. Most of data are missing in contour name and search type. As you see in here, contour name and search types almost is empty. So that reason we are going to drop these columns in here. And let's clean this in here and see our head again. As you see guys, we dropped these columns. Again, we can add in here code block and data frame and shape this. So it's okay. As you guys, we had before 15 columns, we dropped 2 columns, now we have 13 columns. Okay, let's firstly take a look at our summary statistics. In here we are going to use describe method. Describe method in here also can give us categorical data, but for now we are using we are going to use for numerical data. What give it us? It give us some mean. It give us count number of these driver age, mean of driver age in year 34, average age. Minimum is 15, maximum is 88. In the future projects, well, I will create one project especially for that. It's exploratory data analysis. Especially, I will focus on how to analyze this, how to read this describe table. So, but in here, I don't think we need it because we have driver age in here. Only one column is numerical, and I think we can continue. Okay, let's make some distribution analysis. Let's create histograms or density plots to visualize the distribution of numerical variables like driver age. This will give us insights into the age distribution of drivers in our dataset. So let me firstly run this code block in here, and then let's check what we have done in here. We have let's say number of bins. Okay, let's see it. Firstly, we give size our plot. We give histogram. It's a histogram, guys. For data, we use data. For x values, we use driver age. For label, we use driver age, frequency. For label, I mean how much time it occurred. And for title, we give distribution of driver age, and we show in here. So, for example, in here we can have some optional and obligatory values. For example, we can Google in here Seaburn histogram. Let's check out our documentation in here. Okay, we give in data in here. Look at here. That is the arguments. We can pass these parentheses, and we can change these colors. I think most of things which is important for ours we can use. But if we don't give any optional arguments, we will have some default arguments to use it. And guys, don't forget while I show the projects, I try to give you how to analyze the data. Firstly, for that reason, my projects is mainly focused on project structure. But additionally, if you don't know what Seaburn, you can Google it. And I think for example, from tutorials point, we have some blog in here to explain what's histogram plot. And you can add some more arguments in here and use fully potential of your projects. So my projects mainly focused on for beginner learners to give simple steps to use you for your own projects. So let's see this histogram in here. As you guys see, there's between the age 20, I think it can be 15 maybe in here, and because until 30 is most of our people in our data sets is between 20 and 38. The majority of our, and peak is 20s. I think these young guys make too much trouble. So let's have some categorical analysis. For categorical variables like driver gender, driver race, violation, we can calculate the counts of each category and visualize them using bar plots. The first one we used a histogram. Now we use bar plots. Let's run our code block in here. Okay guys, in here first I just used for gender counts, but you can use it for race counts, violation counts. You can create separate bar plots for your projects. Now let's take some coffee. Okay, let's continue guys. So as you see in here, what we write in here, okay, for x we use gender counts index. In index, I think index is male or female, I mean type of gender in here mentioned, and for values it gives us number of for each values, total count. So we have x labels. For x labels we write gender, for y label we give count in here, and so on, and give also figure size in here. It's very simple. It's very simple, and it take colors as default. As you see, it's just few lines of code. It give us very good visualization. Of course, you can play with it. You can change colors. You can some formats in here. You can do anything you want. But I try to keep it simple. So guys, let's go also have some violation analysis. As you before, I think we create violation counts in here. We call this violation and value counts. Value counts, guys. Let me write some. Let's copy this and separately see what is it. And I think we can add in here code block in here. Okay, let's write like that. Okay. In here, if you don't want to use visualization most of the time it's very easy to understand, to see, because instead of words, some numbers like that in here, short splitting numbers, we can compare it easily. Especially bar plots are very good for that. It gives us exactly its speeding values. For example, how many violation caused because of speeding, how much because of moving violation, equipment, other registration, and seatbelt. Seatbelts was 3. Only 3 people didn't use his seatbelt, but mostly majority of our violation is because of speeding. And also let's visualize our violation in here. As you see, guys, it's very simple. You can compare it. I think let me bit okay, as you see, we give it again label names, title, most common valuation. For x it gives the type of violation as index, and for y we have number of count of our violations. Okay guys, as you see in here is speeding almost 3 times more than next one, moving violation. The majority of our speeding in here evaluation is our speeding. So let's go on. Of course guys, we can do more for each our columns. We can find out some correlations. I will try to show each steps and make more interesting these projects to you. Okay, let's have some also gender analysis. Okay, let's see that how the gender varies between for traffic stops. Mostly male or females are making some violations. Let's take this. Okay, distribution of traffic stops by gender. Okay, majority it's almost 3 times. Almost 3 times males more than our females. Let's see what we have done here. We use pie chart. Guys, if we have for example more types, for example 10, it's show it on pie chart. It's not good because it's too much, you can't compare. But 3, 4, 2, it's easy to understand. It's especially if it is something related to numbers changed during the time. We are using line graphs. If we have 6, 10 something, we can use bar charts. And so for this pie chart is recommended. Even it's 3 type of gender, for example, we can use pie chart. It will be easy to understand. So again, we give figure size. You can change figure size. For example, let's make it 10 and 6. See how it changed. As you see, it become a bit longer, a bit short. Okay. So again, I think it's rectangular one is much more good. Let's run it again. So guys, okay, where it's gone? Okay, in here, auto percentage. What is auto percentage? These optional ones, it's a kind of format to write this percentage inside of our pie chart, and so on. Again, we can add some start angel. Let's move this and see what is it. You can play with that, guys, no problem. If we don't give start angel, what will happen? Okay. Okay, start like that. Start angle, we can start from here. Interesting. Let's go it back. You can, with that, you can make it a bit more appealing, more beautiful. Okay, let's continue do some race analysis. Analyze the distribution of traffic stops based on driver race. Let me take some coffee. Okay guys, let's continue. And again, in here race counts we did. Again, we use bar plot for that, and let's run our code block in here. Mostly count is white people, black, and maybe we can analyze if is there any some racism while to controlling our data set. Actually, we don't know in which country it happened, taken from which country, because as you see, country name was null, so we dropped this column. And again, we can see that. So now we can analyze a gender and race integration. Let's explore whether there are any difference in violations or outcomes based on both gender and race. We are going to, in heat map, we try to analyze how the race and gender together happened, and in which race, which gender we have. So let's run it and see that. Firstly, guys, in here we create a pivot table. In here, what you do, 4 columns. Let me copy this code and see. First, let's see this pivot table. Let's in here, let's add some code in here. And again, I'm adding more code in here. No. Let me clean it here. Print gender race analysis. Okay, let's print this one. Why it's like that? Let me check out. Okay, for our index, as you see, it gives male and male. Index in here is row, how the row is started. For columns, driver race. For columns, Asian, black, Hispanic, other, white. For values, violation. It counts all violation which, for example, done by Asian male or male. It counts number of violations. You see, guys. So if you want to show it in a graph, we can use heat map and write each number inside of it. That's the exactly heat map in here. So what we did done, we create pivot table. Let me go up. We create. Let me do it 6 and 6. Make it a bit smaller to see well. Well. In here, what we done here? What is heat map? Heat map in here show the show the frequencies, and the frequency it's of them, and it show colors how it change. For example, if when the colors get more darker, it means high count. In here, what we have done, we annotate true. What means annotate true? It calculate for each cell and write number in here, and in here we can color map. We can use again, we can Google heat map and color map argument in here, and we can use different color. Okay, let me move it here, see that what it is, its original default value. As you see, it's a default color, guys. It's a default color, but as you see, it's not more beautiful because it's too much dark. We can't differentiate it easily, but with that one we had before and put comma in here and run it, it's much more clear, guys, as you see. So that reason you can change, you can play with it and change these colors to make it more beautiful. So guys, let's create what's happened in here. Oh, it's like that. Okay, I think, okay, don't touch it. I hope it's okay, fine. Okay, in here again, use the see, is when the color get more darker, it means that we have more counts. So, and inside of annotation is true, it means that it's annotated, submit, and show in itself. As you see, the most driver gender is white and male, and the second one is more darker, again female white, and it shows like that, and also it's very cool and beautiful. Okay, let's have as I think violation outcomes. Okay, for now I think that first part of our project is enough, and next time we will continue from here to another project. Thank you very much. See you in the second part of our project. Have a nice day.